Welcome to the Leavey School of Business presentation. Our goals today are to provide you with some insight to some of our unique and special programs, our curriculum and faculty, and at the end of our presentation, we'll have an opportunity to hear from some current students and their perspective on what it's like to be a business student at Santa Clara University. My name is Jo-Anne Shibles, and I work as the Senior Assistant Dean in the Undergraduate Business Programs Office. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to our interim dean, Dean Naren Agrawal, who's a faculty member in the Information Systems and Analytics Department. Dean Agrawal has been with us for over 28 years and is an expert in supply chain management. With that, let me turn it over to Dean Agrawal.
Well, thank you very much, Jo-Anne. And let me add my welcome to all of you as well. Dean Shibles and I are very excited to have you all join us. We are excited to talk a little bit about Santa Clara University and about the Leavey School of Business. And we hope that this information will be helpful to you as you embark upon your college application journey. So welcome. At the Leavey School, our vision is to cultivate ethical business leaders who can transform the world. We do that by introducing our students to a rigorous curriculum that focuses on not just theory, but also on teaching students how it can be implemented in practice. The theory they learn about is developed by our outstanding and world-renowned faculty members who do so in close collaboration with companies in a broad range of industries, so that their research tends to be impactful not just in academia, but is also highly relevant to practice. Our curriculum, research, student experiences, they all tend to be highly inspired by the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation that is a hallmark of the Silicon Valley. Of course, our goal is not just to develop brilliant business leaders, but to develop principled leaders who care not just about the organizations that they'll be a part of, but also the society and the common good. We do so guided by our Jesuit values that emphasize social justice and our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, of course, being a part of the larger Santa Clara University community, our students get to develop and enjoy deep and meaningful relationships with each other from a student body that is about 9,000 large. That is graduate and undergraduate students together. And it's on a campus that offers a gamut of activities ranging from sports to intramural activities to theater, music, and many, many others. And they get to experience the rich geographic, cultural, and ethnic diversity that's offered by this amazing Bay Area, which we call as our home. Now, of the 9,000 or so students that we have on our campus, about half, about a little over 5,000 are undergraduate students. And of those, about 29% or about 1,600 are undergraduate students at the Leavey School. So while we get to greatly enjoy this strength in numbers, we are very proud that our education and interactions tend to be highly personalized. Our average class size is just about 28, which gives our students an opportunity to develop a one-on-one relationship with their professors. Our faculty consists of a combination of about 81 teaching scholars, and we're going to add 7 more this year, and another 126 or so professors of practice. And these faculty members are all supported by a dedicated staff of about 50 members. All of us are focused on creating outstanding experiences for our students, and the results show in terms of our national rankings for both our graduate as well as our undergraduate programs. And we are very excited to share with you some of the many ways in which our programs are recognized nationally. Poets and Quants ranked us number 33 nationally. This particular ranking comes from our alumni and how they assess the school, as well as from our current students. So we're very proud of this ranking. Just recently, another study by them placed our accounting program second in the nation in terms of earning potential. Nationally, Santa Clara University is ranked number 25 in the nation, and the business school is considered to be among the top 15% in all undergraduate business programs. We are very proud of all of our majors, but our entrepreneurship and accounting programs are ranked particularly high. So the point is that you're going to get a high quality education here at the Leavey School of Business. Now, there's a broad range of focus areas that are offered at the business school. Here are some of the majors and minors that we offer. And you can complement any one of these majors with a second major, but from another school on campus. And many students do so, as you'll hear from some of the students that you'll meet a little later in the presentation. Our minors are available to all students across campus, with the exception of the business analytics minor. As you might expect, in the Leavey School of Business, we have a heavy emphasis on analytics because most of our employers require that. So other than that, the rest of the minors are open to everyone on campus, and there's really no limit on how many minors you can choose. We also have 4+1 programs. These are programs that provide students in their senior year the ability to take some graduate coursework to count towards a master's degree in business analytics, in financial analytics, or in information systems. And if you want to learn more about these 4+1 programs, please contact our undergraduate or graduate programs for additional information. Now, one of the key questions that you might and you should consider is why apply to Santa Clara University? Well, I'd like to share a few remarks about what I have come to realize is the Santa Clara advantage. Attributes that are a constant source of strength and inspiration to our extended community and to me. I see this advantage in the following three categories: place, purpose, and people. The place, of course, has to do with our unique location in the heart of the Silicon Valley. This schematic shows all the businesses that are within a 50-mile radius of where you would be going to school. And of course, this is just a subset. Whether it is the hottest new tech startup in the area of analytics or AI, or established industry giants in the area of technology, healthcare, life sciences, retail, alternate energy, you'll find them all here. And all these businesses recruit from us. And thousands of our alumni work in these businesses. So when you walk into one of these companies, you will have a friendly Bronco at that time. Now, here is just a small subset of companies where our alums and interns, our current students work and do internships. You can see that these companies range from well-known names in the industry to companies that are relatively new as public companies, companies like Stitch Fix or Tesla, to many, many startups as well. About 88% of our students do at least one internship before they graduate, and most students do 2 or 3. And about 94% of our students who are looking for work are employed within 6 months after graduation, which is a remarkable figure for employment statistics. So we're very, very excited about that. Now, why does our location matter? Our location matters because everything that we do here is influenced by a sense of innovation and excellence and creativity that seeps into our thinking simply due to the osmosis driven by our amazing location. This sense of innovation and creativity goes far beyond what we traditionally think of in the Silicon Valley. It is often inspired by our students. And a great example of that is our real estate minor. Some students of ours came to the dean about 4 years ago with a strong interest in doing something in this area. Well, we connected with some of our well-established alums from this industry. We launched a program. 4 years from then, today, we have a minor that attracts about 70 students, and our student club for the real estate program boasts of about 300 members, which is fantastic. All of this was driven by student initiative. So If we don't have it here in the business school, it is likely that we can create it if there's enough student interest in that program. Your imagination and persistence is really the only constraint. So with that, let me invite Dean Shibles to talk about some of the other ways in which we cultivate and nurture excellence at many levels in the business school. Dean Shibles?
Thank you, Dean Agrawal. So while we've talked a little bit about our majors and our curriculum, let me share there are numerous ways for students to get involved in programs and activities within the business school and the greater university. This slide shows a few of them affiliated with the business school, and I do hope you'll take time to explore our website, both business school and university, to learn others that you might be interested in. Our ACE Leadership Program is a program for students who are interested in doing a little deeper dive into their personal leadership development as well as their professional development. Our Leavey Scholars Program is our internal business school academic honors program. So this is a program for students who have excelled in the classroom and academically and are very interested in taking our upper division classes in our business core in a smaller seminar style fashion. And we have numerous student associations affiliated with the business school. They could be affiliated with an academic department, with a cultural group, and or with a special interest group. So you might join the accounting club as an example, or perhaps if you're an accounting major, you'll join you might join the econ club, and then perhaps you might join the accounting association. There's also finance association and marketing, all that are associated with our departments. In addition, you might be interested in joining the Latinx Business Student Association or our Leavey Black Business Association. Or if you're a sports buff, you might join our sports club, which brings in great guest speakers from all over the Bay Area. And perhaps you're into investment banking, so investment banking club might be for you. And as Dean Agrawal shared earlier, if there is something that you're interested that's not there, as our real estate students propose to us, we want to hear from you, and we will work hard in partnership with you to create it. We also have 3 centers and institutes that are affiliated with the business school. The Sioka Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship is actually a university a center, and it is, while it's housed in the business school, it caters to all students across the university. It is supporting students who have perhaps come to the university and already started their own venture, people who are interested in starting their ventures, or students who are simply interested in expanding their entrepreneurial mindset. They do a business pitch competition, they have a Bronco Venture Accelerator, and do a wonderful job connecting our students with internships in startups in the area. Our Retail Management Institute is about the modern retail industry, and that really is about the intersection between retail and technology. So the minor that's associated with our institute, you will find, as was mentioned earlier, a number of classes around data and business analytics. And the Retail Institute, also does a nice job connecting students with internships and positions post-graduation. Our Center for Food Innovation and Entrepreneurship is for students who are interested in learning a bit more about food innovation, sustainability, and waste. They have fantastic panels that come in of speakers who share their background and knowledge. In addition, they have strong connections with organizations and businesses such as Kraft Chocolates, Kraft Ice Cream, and a very good connection with the wine industry in the area. One of the hallmarks that our Center for Food and Innovation and Entrepreneurship provides is an immersion into a developing country on an annual basis, where they study and look at the food innovation and sustainability of that particular region. And of course, our purpose as a university and as a business school in the Jesuit tradition at Santa Clara University is to educate the whole person. And we do that in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and we also ask our students to think about their intellectual and spiritual selves. And in addition to that, as was mentioned earlier, the university is committed deeply, as is the business school, to making the world a better place, and to do that in the Jesuit tradition in the community where we want to make an impact with integrity. And the way we do that in the business school is many faceted, but we have two unique programs that we'd like to share with families and prospective students. One is our Neighborhood Prosperity Initiative, and this is a very popular class and program where we bring current business students and pair them with current business owners. And the business owners are the owners of kind of mom and pop shops in a lower economically area of San Jose. And so the two groups come together, share ideas and knowledge to help improve the success of these businesses. It's been very successful both in the community and with our students. And then perhaps you might be interested in our community fellowships. Our community fellows spend 1 year working in a nonprofit organization, putting again their business skills to work. So you might be placed in something like the Hispanic Foundation of Silicon Valley or Cristo Rey High School. And as all of us know, in order to be a successful business professional these days, you have to have a global perspective. So we strongly encourage our students to explore global opportunities, as well as our faculty weaving global perspectives into our curriculum. So let me share with you that our Study Abroad program is very successful, and encourage you to spend some time on our Global Engagement website to learn more about those experiences, which take students all over the world. In addition, the Business School has a unique offering for our global fellowships, which is an opportunity for a 4 to 6 week internship experience in a nonprofit organization, again, around the globe. With that, let me turn it back over to Dean Agrawal to talk about our people.
Thank you, Jo-Anne. So we've talked about two of the three key attributes of your Santa Clara education. The advantage of being located where we are, and our values-driven purpose. But of course, the most important advantage that we want to highlight is our people, the community within and surrounding the Leavey School of Business that differentiates us most of all. Each of you, students, parents, friends, faculty, alumni, you're all a lifelong part of our great community, the Bronco family, for which there really is no peer. So let me talk about some of these amazing people. As I'd mentioned earlier, our faculty consists of teaching scholars who are passionate about creating new knowledge through research and care about teaching, and professors of practice who are business leaders who care deeply about sharing their expertise and experience with you. Here are three examples of our amazing teaching scholars, 3 out of many. Professor John Ifcher, he's a professor in the economics department. He specializes in studying issues related to poverty and income equality. He also chairs what's called as the undergraduate leadership team. This is the committee that is charged with driving and innovating our undergraduate business curriculum. Professor Kumar Sarangi is a professor in our marketing department. He happens to be an expert on product innovation and technology marketing, which are very relevant to the Silicon Valley. He is the faculty director of our executive MBA program. Finally, Professor Ye Tsai is a faculty member in our finance department. Her expertise is in venture capital and corporate social responsibility, CSR. She is the faculty director of our MS program in financial analytics. So these are just 3 of our amazing faculty members who are teaching scholars. And now, Jo-Anne, would you mind talking about some of our amazing professors of practice and some of our amazing alumni?
Of course, happy to. One of my favorite topics to talk about is our professors of practice who are engaged with our first class for our business students called Business 70. So on this slide, you're going to see a number of individuals, executives from the Valley, who have either retired or are currently working, who are coming back to be engaged with our current students in their first year. And as you can see, these individuals are extremely accomplished in their particular areas, and they love being with our students. And what a better way as a professor of practice to come back to the university, be engaged with our first year students and tell stories and case studies and just really bring the content to life for our students. One of the things that we want to remind you about as we talk about our first year class for our students is that at Santa Clara University, you apply to either the Leavey School of Business, the College of Arts and Science, or the School of Engineering. And once accepted into the business school, you will start your curriculum with us in your first year, in your first quarter, through our Business 70 class. So you will be in this class with these faculty members, our professors of practice, learning about the overview of business, so organizational structure, business functions, talking about critical thinking, sales and marketing. And then one of the pieces that students really love is there is a Mike's Bikes simulation where students are put in teams, have to create a bike, figure out how to build the bike, sell the bike, price the bike, and they're competing against each other. It's one of our most popular classes in the business school and very well received by all of our first year business students. And of course, we are so proud of our over 100,000 SCU alumni. They have terrific Bronco spirit, and they are here to support our students while they are here with us over the course of 4 years. So they join us to be guest speakers, support programs, be on panels, very engaged. And then of course, they are also working to support students as they finish at the university to help them have a good start in terms of their professional experience. So you may connect with a Giselle Ruiz, who is the EVP and COO of Sam's Club, or Fallon Fatemi, who is an upcoming entrepreneur, or perhaps you've heard, and we're very proud of our two former basketball players, Lloyd Pierce and Steve Nash, who are now heading up two NBA franchises as head coaches. So just Bronco strong and Bronco spirit, all there to help support you be successful while you're a student here and shortly thereafter as you graduate. I'm going to pass it back over to Naren Agrawal so that we can introduce our students and hear from them about their perspective. Dean Agrawal.
Clearly, one of the most important goals for my colleagues and I is to create outstanding experiences for our students from when they first arrive at our campus as first-year students to when they head off into the professional world or to whatever else they choose to do 4 years later. So to give you a feel for what this student experience is like, I'm very pleased to introduce you to two of our amazing students. First, I'd like to invite Marli to share a little bit about her experiences. Marli?
Hi, thank you, Dean. So my name is Marli. I'm a senior at Santa Clara University in the Leavey School of Business, where I'm majoring in economics with a concentration in data analytics, and I'm also minoring in English. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but decided to head out west for numerous reasons. So for one, definitely just wanted to be in sunny California. Two, I wanted to be in the exciting and cool environment of Silicon Valley. There's a lot of cool and exciting business opportunities there, and I also just love the fun, exciting startup environment as well. Specifically, I chose Santa Clara because I love the idea of a small, tight-knit environment and small classroom sizes, and I've definitely found that here. Love the Jesuit aspect as well. It's been a really cool experience to be exposed to that. So throughout my past 4 years at Santa Clara, I've been involved with numerous organizations. So for one, I've been involved with SCAP, which is the Santa Clara Community Action Program. So that's our largest social justice organization here on campus. So specifically, I worked with the education and mentoring program through that club. I'm also involved with ACE, which is an accelerated cooperative education program. So essentially it's a club and program of students who decide to work together to build their skills professionally, and also a bunch of leadership building skills. So I got to meet a lot of cool new students through that. I'm also a student ambassador, so I give tours and I sit on panels and meet a lot of exciting prospective students and families, which I love. And I also had the opportunity to study abroad in Brussels, Belgium, the fall quarter of my junior year, which is an absolutely incredible experience. In terms of academics, the Santa Clara University Leavey School of Business was an absolutely perfect fit for me. I love the small classrooms. I've never really had a classroom size over 30 students, which is really awesome. I also love getting to meet all the professors. So what's really cool about the business school is that a lot of our professors have a lot of outside experience. So for instance, my first professor I had at the Leavey School of Business for my Business 70 class, which is the Introduction to Business, she actually was super intimidating at first because she actually sat on the board of directors at Macy's. And I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. I'm so intimidated by her. But actually, I had an absolutely incredible experience with her. She taught me so much and was just really someone to look up to throughout my whole 3 years so far at Santa Clara. I also felt like I was really prepared to get a summer internship throughout my classes and experience at Santa Clara University. So last summer, so summer 2020, I worked as a financial analyst intern at Intuitive Surgical, which is the leading robotic, minimally invasive surgery company. I felt really prepared for this experience. And I also was actually hired by an SCU alum and met a lot of cool SCU alum within Intuitive Surgical, which is really fun and exciting. And they all went through the Leavey School of Business as well. One of the most unique aspects I think about the Leavey School of Business is their commitment to social justice and activism. I've actually found that a lot of classes that I've taken within the School of Business have a huge emphasis on this. So for instance, my business communication class, which is my favorite class I've ever taken, had me do a consulting project with a local nonprofit called Cafe Rendezvous, which is a really cool opportunity. And because of this class, I decided to take another class called Writing for Social Change. And for this class, I actually got to work with the Northern California Innocence Project, which is housed in the Santa Clara University Law School. So this organization attempts to exonerate wrongfully convicted prisoners. So I was actually able to help with their marketing materials and a few booklets for them, which was really cool. So after these 2 classroom experiences, I decided to pursue something a little bit outside of the classroom. So business school has this program called Community Fellows. So essentially, Community Fellow program takes students and places them in local nonprofits and government agencies for the academic year where they work as interns. So for my senior year, this coming year, I'll be working as a public policy intern with the Silicon Valley Council of Nonprofits. I really think that this experience is a cool culmination of all of my business skills that I've acquired and also my newfound passion throughout my time at Santa Clara to social justice and activism. I'm beyond grateful that I get to have this opportunity to put together the business skills I've learned and the finance skills I've learned in the business school, and also with the Jesuit values and the commitment to social justice that Santa Clara University has in general. So I'm super grateful that I get to do that my senior year. And I'm excited to pursue something later on in my career that has that commitment to social justice, that serves others, and also attempts to use my business skills. So I'll forever be grateful for that. And I've had absolutely incredible experiences at LSB.
Thank you, Marli. That's fantastic. And our second student who's going to join us today is Adàn. Adàn, would you mind sharing a little bit about your experiences with us?
Thank you so much for the introduction, Dean Agrawal. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here and talk with you all today. I'm Adàn Gonzalez, an incoming senior from Inglewood, California, a city just south of Los Angeles. I'm a Spanish Studies and Finance double major with a minor in philosophy. And today I'm here to talk a little bit about why I picked Santa Clara and the business school in particular. When I was a senior in high school, I had already decided that I wanted to study something in business. I just didn't know what specifically yet. Growing up, I had seen both of my parents start their own gardening company, and I was immediately drawn to all things business. I remember watching my mom write checks, talking to my mom about the payroll taxes, and seeing my dad manage all his employees. All of these things just fascinated me. So going back to my decision on Santa Clara, I picked SCU for 2 main reasons. First, the university's location being in the heart of Silicon Valley and near San Francisco made it perfect for me. I was a big city kid growing up in LA, and I knew I wanted to keep that environment. And I also knew that there would be countless opportunities in the Bay Area, Learning about the startup culture was also just another nice plus. Secondly, I was really drawn to SCU's Jesuit values and teaching philosophy of developing the whole person. I matriculated from Loyola High School of Los Angeles, which is a Jesuit high school. And I knew I wanted to continue my education at a university where I could continue to foster those Jesuit values. Leavey has been a great home for me throughout my time at SCU thus far. My favorite class was the first business class that all first years take when in the business school, Business 70. It's an introductory course that aims to touch on many different areas of business like accounting, finance, management, marketing, and more. And this class really helped me begin the deciphering process of selecting a major and was eventually one of the main classes that influenced my decision to go into finance. So I love this class because of how many different topics I was exposed to. And it was the first time I started to learn about how a business's different departments really work together and how that's so important to run a successful company is that teamwork and really that collaboration amongst different departments. I also had a great professor for this class, Professor Finocchio, who has decades of experience in business across various industries and management levels. Throughout campus, I've been involved in several on-campus organizations that have given me a real sense of community and belonging at Santa Clara. The very first year I came into SCU as a member of the Lead Scholars Program, a program whose goal is to support first-generation college students, especially in that transition period during their first year. And this program was a great way for me to meet new friends and get acclimated to college life. This year, I'm actually going to be one of the co-chairs for the LEAD program. So as a co-chair, it's my duty to plan all the events and programs for LEAD scholars throughout the year, such as social events, educational programs, etc. And last year, I was a community facilitator, or a CF, which functions similarly to a resident assistant or an RA at other universities. This year, I will be the finance manager of the Multicultural Center, which is the largest student-run organization at Santa Clara and manages more than 10 other student organizations. I'm also a member of the business school's ACE program. The ACE program is a great way to build relationships with other highly motivated business school peers and really helps prepare you professionally by hosting various workshops for us, like resume workshops, networking workshops, etiquette workshops, lots of cool professional workshops like that. I've also had a couple of amazing internships in my last 2 years, thanks in large part to the connections and relationships I was able to establish in the business school. In my sophomore year summer, I had the opportunity to travel to Bangalore, India for an 8-week internship at a social impact consulting firm. I was able to do this through the Global Fellows Program, a program within the Leavey School of Business that sends about 30 students each summer abroad to work for amazing social enterprises. This entire experience was incredibly enriching for me, both personally and professionally. I had the experience of learning a completely new culture while simultaneously working on a project with one of India's largest educational nonprofits. I would have never dreamed of getting to do an internship in a foreign country, but thanks to the Global Fellows Program, I did. This most recent summer, I interned remotely for a startup firm founded by one of the Leavey School of Business's own professors, Sean O'Keefe. Launch Your Career is a company whose sole goal is to empower students and teach them that everyone, regardless of how many people in business you know or not, can land their dream job or internship through code outreach and networking. After graduation, I hope to break into the management consulting industry and work for a couple of years before going back to school to pursue a master's degree. I hope this has been helpful for all of you prospective students, and I hope to see some of you as future Broncos. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing your experiences with us. We are so proud of everything that you have done and are really looking forward to all the amazing things that you will do during your senior year and beyond. So good luck in your senior year. Well, thank you all, everyone, for joining us today. We are looking forward to assisting you in your college search process and are very much looking forward to receiving your applications and looking forward to having you as part of our Bronco family. Thank you, and go Broncos.